What's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Fan Bro Show, the voice of the urban geek for all nerds. The only podcast and show where we talk about geek culture from the perspective of people of color. And it is your boy, DJ Ben Amin, a.k.a. Doctor Who's Mans is this, a.k.a. Lando Californication, the ghost in the shell toe, light work Yagami, Uncle Ben's nice, the Infinity Stone.
Wow.
I am hating. That's so good.
Ooh, Hollywood Hameen, amongst other things, the captain of the spaceship, the Viceland replacements here on Fan Bro Show. Hey, holla at us. We're right here. We're right here. You see us shining. That's all I'm saying. Butter from 3. As always, I am joined by
Tatiana King-Jones, a.k.a. the Grand Duchess of Tech, also known as the Shade Runner, also known as Toffee Baratheon, also known as T'Challa Bread, also known as the Arcandroid 18, also known as Emma Frosted Flakes, and Flex Luthor.
Woo, very nice, very nice. Good to see you again, Tatiana.
Good to see you too.
And, we are joined by
Jeff J, aka the Ocarina of Timelines, Earth, Wind, and Firestorm, the new Days of Future Past, Bodega Boys in the Hood, Han Soul Glow, Uatu Chains, Bagger Vance Astro, Legion and Juice, and Fax the Destroyer.
Oh, Uatu Chains, though.
I like that one.
Yeah.
I like that one a lot.
Cut right there.
I like that one. You still got that Busta Rhymes circa 97 loudness going. I like it. Oh,
I had to get in gear. You know what I'm saying? I had to tell them what it's gonna be.
OD volumes, man. I love it.
All the way, blasting in your ear hole. Welcome to the Fan Bro Show. Make sure you are subscribed if you're watching us on TV. I mean, not on TV.
No, we're so
well, actually, you could be watching us on a TV screen right now. Who knows? We do all kind of things. But like I said, make sure you subscribe to YouTube. Hit that subscribe button right there. If you're on SoundCloud, iTunes, any of the above, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend, because this is Fan Bro Show, the voice of the urban geek. Non-problematic geeks. Can I say that too? I mean, because
we're problematic in these streets, but
yeah, definitely that. Light work you got me.
Not in the streets. Nah, don't be putting that out on people, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? These got reputations and shit.
Yeah.
Ooh, word up, because like when we first started this show, I used to be like, I want to be the black, the brown Chris Hardwick. And that didn't age so well, folks. Not like this.
Well, when you wish on a star and that star comes crashing down, yeah. It didn't age well. It aged like SHIT.
Oh,
Chrissy
right,
Teigen.gif.
Yes, folks. But the news came out this week that Chris Hardwick, the founder of Nerdist, host of Talking, bunch of other things, basically like the Ryan Seacrest.
He's the geek Ryan Seacrest.
Yeah, yes. The geek Ryan Seacrest. Allegedly, still at this point, abused his ex-girlfriend. There's a very long post by her about it. She didn't name him, but it quickly came out, through the details in the post who it was. And the reaction was swift and vicious.
Vicious as hell. Mind you, there also was a co-signing about his behavior from another. I wasn't quite sure who they were, but another person on Twitter was like, "Oh, I get to talk about my racist, xenophobic or homophobic ex-boss," something like that. I was like, "Whoa!" Like all the phobics were there. I said, "Whoa!"
Yeah,
it was really bad.
He hit the ism full house.
Yeah. So, like you said, it was very swift. Like it wasn't even a full 24 hours before AMC was just like, "Yeah, we're going to pause your shows." So they pulled those from broadcast. They didn't say cancel. They just said we're pulling those from broadcast, meaning even like the next season of Talking, which starts in September.
No, it was supposed to start Sunday.
Oh,
it was supposed to
that
start
was the Donald
on
Glover
Sunday.
episode. Because they said the first episode was supposed to be Donald Glover.
Oh, it was. We got robbed.
Okay, well, yeah. Oh, so Talking Dead comes back in September, but his talking show in general. Okay, you're right. So long story short, yes, they said we're gonna halt that for a minute. Nerdist, which he founded, he doesn't own it anymore. He actually sold it to Legendary Pictures. Legendary owns it. They scrubbed his name from the founders area on their site. He, as far as they're concerned, they said until we get the finalization of this matter, he's no longer here. 86 him. So
he was a paid volunteer.
Oh, listen.
Got to it before I did. We gonna talk about volunteering. We gonna talk about paying.
And
Bro.
getting scrubbed for websites. I mean, we gonna talk about getting scrubbed for websites.
It has been about 125 days, and not near a 5 rack has been seen on these.
Can we like are we never not gonna make a reference to this? I mean, I'm not, but y'all never not gonna make a reference to this.
Bro,
Not for a
I be
while.
chilling. I wasn't even thinking about that today. But when you put it in my mind, I have like I have a reminder set in my brain that every time it's like a trigger word. You know, like the hypnosis when somebody says like it's a pretty day outside, as people start clucking like a chicken.
Yeah.
That's me. Anytime I hear volunteer, I just spaz out. Like, oh, digress.
Oh gosh. Shouts to the new listeners who don't know what the hell we're talking about. Thank God for you.
Actually, you probably do, because this is pretty big news out there, and I'm sure people can figure it out.
No. All right,
But
so
back to concept clues.
Yes, back to that. AMC said, nah, son. Nerdist said, hell nah, son. What else? Oh, according to Chris, he decided that he's gonna pull himself from San Diego Comic-Con and a couple of other panels that he was supposed to host.
Let me just say something. His apology explanation, whatever, was trash. Like it was one of those really self-serving things where someone admits to one thing, admits to a bunch of things, like denies one thing. He's like, yo, I never sexually abused her or never sexually assaulted her. But she listed a bunch of other things that you did, my brother, that was wild trash. And then we can really get into it. Let's be honest. Chris Hardwick is cool. You know, he was slightly entertaining on his show.
That we know of.
Yeah, but let's be real. There's a lot of things that he did, or even on his show, like make really bad jokes that were racially toned or racist, if we want to be straight up about it. You know, so it's like, whatever, B. And, you know, a lot of people out there are like, oh, man, a man loses everything. Don't abuse women. Don't be trifling.
I mean, that's the gist of it. And I gotta say again, when this stuff keeps coming up, like when I had conversations with people about it, they're like, so you're telling me every man in Hollywood is trash or be doing this? And I'm just like, I mean, it's not to say that automatically, but it's just like, you got to prove to me otherwise. I mean, the thing is, this is behavior that has gone on since pretty much the dawn of man and patriarchy. So, I mean, what people get away with this all the time because the social environment wasn't in a place where it was acceptable to even say that you've been abused in one way or another. And even now, it's still not quite open. Mm-hmm. And I gotta say again, why would people, in this case, Distra, what's her first name?
Chloe.
Is it Chloe? So Chloe Distra.
Yeah.
Why would she put that out there to, I mean, people try to say, oh, it's revenge and all that stuff. But then why would you put yourself in a worse position just to get revenge? Like victims of assault, abuse, whatever, know that the moment that they say XYZ did this to me, that there's going to be tons more backlash. You're going to get more negativity than you ever got in your life. So for people to say, well, you just did this to get backs and this and this, I'm just like, so what about her life though? Because she is in many ways effectively destroying her own life. And according to her story, what she has left, because she was blacklisted from the industry, according to her statement. So I don't see why people would just do it for no reason, because essentially that's what if you're saying you're just doing it to get back to somebody, you're doing it for no reason. You don't win.
Yeah. And another thing, when I look at these situations, I saw when I was reading the commentary on him, a lot of people were saying that they didn't really ever buy his nice guy persona because they felt he felt a little too nice. And there's always a red flag there when somebody comes off as squeaky clean. I think it's high time that people start to reconcile that a majority of the celebrities and the artists that you love may be trash. It may be trash in certain ways. So nobody's morally superior to the other. But at some point, especially in this era of communication and social media, it's going to come out. something's going to come out. So either you get ahead of it as a public figure, you hope it doesn't come out, or when it does, you're ready to accept whatever backlash, whatever loss of support that you get, whatever consequences to your job that you may have. But it's difficult when you look where I literally feel at times, damn, what can I enjoy other than fan bros? Then next week, Tatiana becomes Ocean's 9 and whatnot. And then it's like, yo, I didn't even know. Like, she never took anything from me. But
she is
got those, you got some extra diamonds, Tatiana. If you could hear this, just mail that to me. You got the address. But yeah, man, like it's hard to reconcile with in general. But in these situations, you know, it's difficult because someone writes a heartfelt article and immediately, you know, it was intimated and everybody did their Googles or whatever that it was Chris Hardwick. So in this era, you have to kind of believe first, because there was no beliefs. It's been skewed so much that we just as men have to eat that it is going to be skewed the other side. Because you know what? At the end of the day, if you did nothing wrong, the truth is going to come to light. If that gray area of what the truth is has some wrong and some right, it's all going to come out. You have to be either securing yourself to know that you were in the right, or figure out how you're going to make it right.
And also, people always talk about how AMC, you know, jumped to conclusions or whatever. Trust me, AMC is a huge corporation. There is no way they did this just off the, you know, fly. They sat there and probably had a list of complaints already about Mr. Hardwick, or a list of things that had happened, or a moral clause in their contract where it's immediately, if you do anything of this sort, you're out of here. So
but
there's no way.
Yeah, and even to that, what they did was mild, because you said even if they had a moral clause and all this stuff, they didn't cancel him. They didn't fire him. They said, we're going to halt stuff for now till we figure out what's going on. So if anything, they did the most risk averse thing they could do without outright firing him.
Yeah, he's getting his due process.
Right.
Yeah, he's getting his due process. So
we'll see what happens, you know. Shout outs. I mean, not really. Shout outs to AMC, I guess. I guess
not really, because I don't F with The Walking Dead like that either. So
honestly, I used to watch Talking Dead a lot. You know, that was my first exposure to Chris. But after a while, it was kind of like, all right.
It's very hit or miss anyway, depending on who's on. I was only watching it for depending on which actor from Walking Dead was on there.
I mean, yeah, you may want to come back, because apparently Shane is coming back to The Walking Dead. Yeah.
But how?
Who knows? You know, this crazy.
Are they doing a Glenn on him? Like how?
No, there's no way that
no.
I mean, literally no way. That's what I'm saying. How?
Flashback, maybe hallucination, something. But he's coming back because I guess John Bernthal isn't content with making as many checks as he is, or
I'm wondering, like, for real, you got time
for also because Andrew Lincoln is bouncing, so I mean, you got room now.
Like, well, there's probably like a whole culmination. It's probably the season 9 is probably going to be a swan song for the old what do you call it, old regime on Walking Dead, or the old guard, because after Rick is gone, that's it from the pilot.
Also, Maggie might be
about to be out too.
Yeah, she's leaving as well. So.
She about to be out.
Yeah, like she got a new job.
The widow about to be out. Then there's really no need.
Yo, dude, I'm saying, like, I want to see what a post Maggie and Rick world looks like that will compel people to watch. I don't know. I mean, I read the book, so I kind of jumped off that train, but you know, Godspeed to y'all that's sticking with it.
Michonne, you know, a Michonne-led show.
Oh. All right, maybe.
I fucks with it.
Money in the writers and all of that. Let's see what we got going.
If they hadn't killed Sasha, I mean, well, Sasha's moved on to better things too. So
he literally beamed out of there.
Literally
beamed himself out of Atlanta or Georgia, or wherever the hell they were.
Wow,
smart move, Sasha.
She not only beamed out of, she beamed to an entirely different, 3,000 a year, 23,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, she is out.
Gotta do it.
Out. She said,
yeah. For Sasha. She was out of there. Speaking of out of there, though, Incredibles 2, I mean, out of there. I know y'all have seen our review on Twitter, on YouTube. Shout out to our young correspondent, Riley, who rated it. awesome, amongst other things.
She did that. She's so cute.
I mean, adorable. Shout outs to young Riley. We're definitely gonna have her back for some movies in the future. But Incredibles 2 broke $180 million, the biggest animated opening ever. So Incredibles 3 is on the way.
It beat
4, 5, 6.
It beat Finding Dory, which at the time made 135 million, which is interesting because Finding Dory was not good. I saw it and fell asleep.
Oh shit!
It wasn't. I was really excited because I'm a big Finding Nemo fan. And I saw it and I was just like, this is...
I forgot even.
Time out. So time out. We're not gonna act like there was a horror movie. There wasn't a horror movie at the beginning of The Incredibles.
There wasn't a okay.
Bao?
Bao is not a horror movie, but
certain
people in this outfit, Jeff J, had serious reactions to a certain scene in the short film Bao. So I'm not gonna give it away, but for those who've seen it already, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Bro. I was dying when it happened. I'm sitting next to Jeff. Okay, he's to my left. I'm watching. When it happened, I said, "Oh," I'm like, "All right." I look at Jeff. Jeff's like this. I promise you, Jeff is black-jawed, eyes big as saucers. And he's and not like he didn't just react. He was sitting there for a cool 1 minute, a minute, 15 seconds. Just
what the hell, man? I didn't sign up for that.
Like I had to tap him. I'm like, "Are you all right?" And he was just he looked at me like this. He said, "Bro, what is happening right now?" I looked over. I said, "Jeff."
Yo, I think the kids was calling me a little bitch. Yo, man, I was good.
It was metaphorical, okay? The point being is, it's not a horror movie, but it did get. I won't lie. Half the audience in the theater, they was very clutching their pearls. So
what the? Oh.
You'll see it soon, Ben, so you'll know exactly what's happening. I was dying because I thought the reaction was hilarious.
If I was recorded, that might have been the greatest GIF ever.
Wow.
Probably. And you can see the screen flashes on his face, which would have made it even funnier. Just wow, it was beautiful. But again, Incredibles 2, dope film. I thought it was a little long, but overall it was very good. It gave me what I wanted. Only bad thing I would say is for all of that and all of that madness that happened over like, I don't know, 2 months ago when they were talking about Frozone's wife, y'all could have y'all could have put her in the movie. Y'all could have put her in the movie. Like, don't front. Y'all could have put her in the movie. Y'all had the character model. Y'all could have put her in the movie. But she's funnier as a voice. Okay.
Yeah. Interesting. You know.
Anyway, go see Incredibles 2.
And also, real quick, if you it's been out there a while. Actually, Tatiana pointed it out to me. If you have any epilepsy related afflictions, I guess you would call it, or is your susceptibility to
if you're susceptible epilepsy,
it's a warning on there. There are a couple of scenes where there are those flashing lights and it's kind of harsh to the point. And I don't suffer from epilepsy or have sensitivity to it, but at the same time, like I had to turn away from the screen a few times because it was doing too much, and I was a little surprised that there was no warning beforehand. So maybe going forward, Disney will put up a warning. I don't know, but I'm very shocked that they didn't say anything. Right.
Yep. And also people who suffer migraine should watch out because it can be triggering that as well.
Lots of colors. It's very bright. And again, I think it's very colorful. That's the Incredibles, but it's also longer than I expected. So I think just the length also made a thing. So if you have photosensitivity of any sort, do be careful. If you're if you're prone to epilepsy, you might want to skip it or at least close your eyes completely during those times. And I know people like, well, then I won't watch the movie. It's just what it is. It's just there, and I don't know what else to tell you.
And low-key, you're not really missing anything if you miss those epileptic triggering scenes. You're really not missing anything. You'll get the point.
Yeah.
All right. And speaking of animation, we are in the need. We are looking for someone who can animate, who can do that dope animation for some shorts that we have in mind. It's a very specific thing that we'll inform you more about when you hit us up. contact@fanbros.com. And while we're on that note, let me say this because, you know, with everything that went on this week, a lot of people are talking about how nerddom is toxic and the environment created from, you know, the 1980s where the jocks were running things and nerds felt all beat upon, and now they've got power, and so now they're abusing it. I just want to say, you know, as always and forever, Fan Bros Show is an inclusive environment for all nerds. We say it every week so you understand this is for everyone. So if you have any suggestions, anything you want to help with, any ideas for the team as well, like we said, right now we're specifically looking for someone in animation, but we are always looking for people to join the Army, better yet, the Navy. Hit us up, contact@fanbros.com. And with that, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back with more of the show.